Hello everyone, welcome back to Ingvarta. I am Vani and I bring English lesson tips and tricks for you so that you can improve your English on a daily basis. Well, if you are looking forward to brush up on your English and you want mentors who can motivate you to speak in English and give you a constructive feedback, then you must download Ingvarta. The link is in the description box below.
Ingvarta, your English practice playground. No judgment, only motivation and constructive feedback.
In our previous video, I have shared 10 phrases with you that you can use in your daily conversation to sound polite. And if you haven't watched that video yet, press the button so that you can watch it now. Well, let me tell you, there are a lot of English phrases to be learned. So the journey is not over yet. Let's begin. But before beginning, I would like to ask you some questions. How does tomorrow 5 p.m. sound for a video call? Can you please move this table for me? Do you mind having Chinese tonight? Well, if you have answered all my questions with an okay, then this video is a must-watch for you. You know why? Because okay is not enough every time. I mean, if you answer every question with an okay, then people might not really be certain of the commitment you are trying to make through your responses. For example, if I ask, how does tomorrow 5 p.m. sound for a video call? If you say okay, that simply means that you have acknowledged. But if you say sure thing, that means that you are certain, you are agreeing with me, you will make it to the video call. So, okay is not enough. So let's learn some new phrases that you can use instead of saying okay every time. Are you ready? Shall we begin? Did you just say okay again? Let's start. The first phrase that you can use instead of okay is sounds like a plan, which means that you are showing agreement to a promised suggestion. For example, if I say, why don't we go for a movie after dinner? Or let's catch up this Friday? Or let's gather the whole gang and plan a trip to Ladakh. So instead of saying, okay, you can say, sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan is not only an impressive phrase, but it is also very pleasant to the ear. The second phrase that you can use instead of saying okay is sounds good to me, which means that you accept the suggestion. For example, take Rahul, who is presenting a business idea to his boss. He says that this plan will not only benefit the company, but we will also cater to a larger audience with a whole new perspective. And to that, his boss replies, sounds good to me, Rahul. Go ahead with the paperwork and lead the team. The third phrase that can easily replace okay is, I know, isn't it the best? This phrase is majorly used when someone is admiring something and you agree with him. For example, say you've gone out to a different city to visit a friend. And after seeing the culture over there, you went shopping, you went sightseeing, you have visited cafes, you are just going gaga over everything. And then one fine day over breakfast, you make a comment that, oh my god, I just love this place. And this is the best place that I have ever visited. Now imagine to this, your friend responds with an okay. How would you feel? Now imagine she says, I know, isn't it the best? This phrase gives a whole new feeling to the sentence. One thing that you have to note while using this phrase is that you can use this phrase when you do not own that object, but you too admire it. For example, if my friend says that I love the Tom and Jerry cartoon, and to that I add, I couldn't agree more. It is just amazing. So what am I doing here? I agree with him and I'm just adding something from my end. The fourth phrase that you can use to replace okay is, why not? For example, if I say, do you want to go out for dinner tonight? You can say, why not? Or, shall we plan a party after the exams? Why not? It's a great idea. Our fifth phrase. You can use go ahead instead of using okay. For example, after giving the presentation, Rahul is waiting for his client's approval. And he says, "So gentlemen, what do you think of the presentation?" And they reply, "Go ahead, Rahul." Our last phrase is quite similar to okay, but it is used more in an informal setting. Say with your friends, family, or kids. It is Okie Dokie. For example, "You better come home before 7, otherwise you won't be allowed to enter the house." And to that, the kids reply, "Okie Dokie." "I don't mind" is also another way to say okay. For example, "Can I have the last slice of pizza, please?" "I don't mind." "Can I borrow your shirt?" "I don't mind, but you better wash it before returning." So these are some easy peasy phrases that you can use to express yourself better. And now, let's move on to your assignment. I shall be giving you a question, and you will be answering that with the right phrase. And your question is, are you okay practicing English speaking at least 30 minutes a day? If you are still eager to reply that with an okay, you better hold your horses. Go through the video and find out which phrase suits the question best, and write it in the comment section. I hope to see you very soon in our next video. Until then, be safe, keep practicing, and happy learning.
Ingvarta, your English practice playground. No judgment, only motivation and constructive feedback. Join today.